What's up, you guys? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my... What is that? Oh, it's my Squishmallow in the mirror. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're gonna be doing something really fun. I'm gonna be reacting to your love life. I'm really excited. And there's a special guest today. Yeah. She's doing it. I hope this isn't too distracting. Instead of a Squishmallow today, we have a microphone. I got a podcasting microphone. I am gonna be making a podcast episode out of today's YouTube video. You guys have been wanting me to start a podcast for so long, and I feel like this is a really good way to do it. So I'm gonna be answering all of your dating advice questions, all your love life questions on the pod and on my YouTube video. This is so exciting. I do a ton of relationship, friend, everything advice, and sometimes people will DM me asking me about a specific situation and I can never address it. So today I'm gonna be reading through all of my followers' love life problems and giving advice. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so the first question that I got is about high school relationships. Oh, I think everyone has their very strong opinions on high school relationships. Okay, so this one girl said, people think my high school relationship won't last. By the way, guys, I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna rat anyone out. So this is completely anonymous. Now, I have like very mixed emotions on high school relationships, but the one thing about them is that they definitely can last. Like, people act like high school relationships are impossible to keep up and keep going after you get out of high school. I feel like people always give negative feedback about high school relationships, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of hope here. I don't think it's impossible to date somebody after high school that you dated in high school. I don't think it's impossible to keep a high school relationship going, and I think a lot of people are way too hard on that. The thing is, the chances that you are going to find the person that you are meant to be with in your little geographical area that you grew up in, whatever small town, whatever you grew up in, is very small. So that's why I feel like a lot of people are hesitant about high school relationships. But I don't think it's impossible. I think all relationships are about effort, and I think a lot of high school relationships are about convenience. So when you get out into the real world, you go get a real job or you go to college, people realize like, oh crap, this is not as easy as I thought it was gonna be, and a lot of high school relationships don't work out. I mean, high school sweethearts exist, they're just rare. So if you are in a relationship and everyone around you is telling you it's not gonna work out, it's not gonna work out, if you know in your heart of hearts that like this is your person and you are willing to put in the effort and you're getting that same vibe back from them, why would you listen to other people? Really ask yourself, like, with all these like hardships that come with long distance and all these hardships that come with being in the real world, do you think your relationship is worth it? And are you willing to put in the effort? Is the person you're with willing to put in the effort? If the answer is yes, don't listen to other people. Okay, I'm so excited for these questions. Someone said my ex still has feelings for me, but I like somebody else. Oh, this is very sad. If you guys are clearly broken up and you like somebody else, that's not your fault. And if your ex still has feelings, I think you just need to communicate that you're truly done. I think the whole thing about that is you just have to be very clear. If you're moved on, do not give that person any hope. Like, I would recommend cutting off communication and be like, listen, like, really appreciate the time we had together, but I think it's best if we like move on from each other. But your ex also deserves that closure, so just being very clear with them if they bring up that they still like you, that I am not gonna go back on this and I think it's best if we go like our separate ways. It's gonna hurt to hear, but it's better than giving somebody hope. Oh my gosh, we have a friend zoning question. This one girl says, I like this guy, but he thinks we are just friends. Oh, that's hard. That is so freaking hard. It's not impossible to get out of the friend zone, but it's definitely can be difficult. I feel like if I was in this situation, I would try to hang out with that guy more one-on-one to make my emotions clear. I wouldn't directly say, hey, I like you, and like put it out there, because that's just not my personality. But if you are like that, totally go for it. I feel like I would try to hang out with that person more one-on-one and just see if anything develops. Because when you're one-on-one with someone, you have a lot more of a chance for them to realize, oh, this person's really cool. I actually really like hanging out with this person one-on-one, and we don't have to be just friends. I have to do things more one-on-one that aren't necessarily datey, but can also be things that friends do. Just start doing things together, hanging out together, or like FaceTiming more often, and if something's there, it'll become apparent, but if they're not interested, you will also know. Someone said, I feel like I have to be perfect so no one will get mad at me. I have this problem too where I feel like people are mad at me for no reason, and I literally psych myself out. Literally nobody is perfect. Like nobody wakes up and never makes mistakes, literally goes throughout life just being the perfect person. That does not exist. If the people you're hanging around make you feel like you have to be perfect so they don't get mad at you, maybe those aren't the right people, because true friends should be able to accept you, flaws and all. Like true friends, like a real bestie boo is gonna accept you even though you're a weirdo, even though you got weird quirks, even though you mess up sometimes. Like that is what friendship and relationships are about. So if your friends or boyfriend or girlfriend just makes you feel like you have to be perfect or you have to be a certain way that's not who you are, maybe that's not the right people to be hanging around. Okay, we have a question on a long distance. This isn't even a question, but one guy said she lives 500 miles away. That is really far. I don't know if this man is exaggerating or she actually lives that far, but oh my god. It's the same thing with high school relationships, okay? Everyone has something negative to say about long distance. But long distance, wait, I need to take a sip of my boba. Delicious. Long distance is possible. So many people like to put their opinion on long distance and be like, it's never gonna work, it's never gonna work, you should just not waste your time. All about who the people are and if you guys are meant to be together. There are a lot of things you can do to make your long distance relationship special. Okay, you can do like FaceTime dates. Like this is what I'm talking about when I mean effort. You gotta get creative. And also sending each other little gifts back and forth. It's all about reminding the other person that you care and you're willing to put in the effort. Oh my gosh, okay. This boy in my class who flirts with me every day by calling me beautiful. But I am very uncomfortable around him because he follows me around my school and gives me presents. What should I do? This sounds very uncomfortable. It's all about setting your intentions very straightforwardly. Just be very clear and be like, hey, I really appreciate the present, but I'm just not looking for a relationship at this time, or I'm just not interested at the moment. Like, it's hard to tell someone that you're not interested in them, but it is so much better than leading somebody on and just like being uncomfortable about the whole situation. And I think that people think that rejecting someone has to be mean, but it doesn't. Like, you can reject someone and still be nice and not be mean to them. I really appreciate how you feel about me, but I'm just not interested. Oh gosh, I'm cringing even saying that, but like, you gotta get it out there. You gotta. Oh my gosh, this one's juicy. Someone said, is this a red flag when he doesn't talk to me in public and won't ever hug me in public? Girl. So many people are split on like what PDA is and how comfortable they are with it. So like, some people like won't hug in public, and that's totally fine. That's just dependent on how someone feels about that. But if he doesn't talk to you in public, oh, like that's just so weird. If the person you're interested in pretends like they don't know you around other people, or you guys are like in the talking phase and they just like won't acknowledge you if you run into them in public, that is weird. That is weird. To me, like, that's just a respect thing. Like, if I like someone and we're in the talking phase and I see them in public and they do not speak to me or they pretend like they don't know me, I'm out. I am out. I'm never coming back. You have to treat yourself like the prize. So if that person is not treating you like you are the prize and you are the end game, you're out of there. Yes, I think that is a red flag. Someone said, I like this girl, but I'm not sure if she likes me back. Do I ask her out or no? So first, like, to save yourself the embarrassment, because I would feel like this, you gotta find out whether they like you or not. I would try to slowly transition your hangouts, if you used to hang out in like a big friend group, to one-on-one and see how she reacts to that. You'll probably get everything you need to know if you try to like start FaceTiming or hanging out one-on-one. She'll give you signals. She'll either be excited about that or she won't. And I feel like that's a really easy way to tell if somebody likes you. But then again, you could also just go the straight up route and say, hey, I feel this way about you, how do you feel? I feel like that is just a lot riskier, and you have to be willing to risk your friendship. Sometimes people get uncomfortable when you go there, and then it's never the same vibe, which is very sad, but it's the truth. We got another one. This girl says he talks to me over text and is super sweet but ignores me at school. This can mean one of two things. If he texts you and is super sweet and then ignores you at school, it can mean one of two things. One, he's very shy. He's shy and uncomfortable with acknowledging you at school. He maybe doesn't want to mess up what he says, so he just ignores you overall. Option number two, he just doesn't feel that strongly about you, or he's trying to get something out of you. Honestly, I hate saying it, but there's no other real reasons why he would really ignore you in public. And I feel like this is something that happens when you're like younger, in high school, middle school crushes. Like they will be really nice to you and then not speak to you in public because they're either like awkward and shy, or they just don't value you enough. They're not really that serious about it. I think we're gonna do a few more. Somebody said my boyfriend never says I love you back. My first question would be about this, like, has he ever said it back? Ever? Like in the past? But what it sounds like is you guys are on completely separate pages. Like if somebody is ready to say that they love somebody and the other person is not, I think that's normal, but usually it resolves itself within like a month or a few weeks. And that L word is so uncomfortable and so hard because sometimes you'll say it and then the other person isn't prepared. And I feel like once somebody says it to you, you think about it and you realize whether you do or not. And so if it's been a prolonged period of time and your significant other is not saying it back, just having like a genuine conversation about it and being like, hey, this is how I feel. I want to know if we're on the same page or not, and genuinely asking what their take on it is, why they won't say it. Some people have like personal issues with like saying it. Definitely like start a conversation to see how they really feel. Definitely have a conversation about what like page you guys are at in your relationship. And if you're on completely separate pages, then maybe that's not where you're meant to be, because honestly, you deserve someone who's going to put in the same amount of effort as you, if not more. You deserve somebody who's going to reciprocate all of the effort that you give them. And if you feel like you're stuck in a relationship that doesn't give that to you, and you are the sole provider of all of the energy and effort, it may be curtains. This goes for friends, relationships, anybody. Do not waste your time on people who are not going to reciprocate your energy. Your energy is precious and you need to protect it. If you're surrounded by people who do not reciprocate your same energy, all they're going to do is drain it from you. And you deserve to be around people who are going to lift you up, give you even more energy, make you feel so happy every time you see them. If the people in your life that you are surrounded by don't make you feel excited and happy and energetic, if they make you feel drained, that is such an indication of whether they are good for you or not. That was deep, but I feel like that was a good note to end on. Okay, so that is it for my love life Q&A. I would love to do another series like this for confidence, girl tips, anything you guys want. So let me know in the comments what series we should do next for advice. I really like this format. How do you guys feel about this? I really like being able to talk to you guys more in depth. Yeah, this was so fun. I love hanging out with you guys. Make sure to subscribe and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Mwah.